I want to take a moment this morning to share with you a story that happened to me just a few minutes before we recorded this devotion. And it's sort of a big deal, and I just need to talk to somebody about it, and you're here. So I'll just be honest, I was having a really bad day today. Really, really bad day. And I was traveling down 64, headed here to work, and I had a flat tire. So I drudgingly got out of my car and took the lug nuts off my wheel on my truck, and I got the spare tire out. And, it's just not a good day when this happens. And I was starting to try to put the lug nuts on the spare, and I dropped them all, and they rolled out into the street. And I just wasn't thinking right because it was just a bad day. And I ran right out there after them without looking both ways. And as soon as I looked up, there was an 18-wheeler coming right down on me. And then bam, it hit me dead center. Needless to say, it's been a really bad day. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm making this up, and you'd be right. Because, of course, I didn't get hit by an 18-wheeler this morning because I don't have the marks of an encounter with something that big. Encounters with big things leave big marks. And this is a truth that reminds me of a big mark that was left that we read in the Gospel of Luke. You see, in Luke 7, starting around verse 36, we see a story unfolding about a dinner party. And you probably know the story, but if not, let me set the stage for you. Jesus was invited to dinner of a very religious person, a Pharisee. And the dinner didn't go quite like you were expected because this religious man was face to face with the God of the entire universe. Yet he neglected to wash his feet when he arrived, which was custom because it was very dirty when people traveled those times. He neglected to give him a kiss to welcome him. That was custom as well. And he didn't anoint his head with oil. And that was custom too. It seems like even though this religious man had an encounter with Jesus, he didn't bear any marks, nor did he even seem interested to. He was just going through the motions, and maybe you can identify with that. I just imagine that maybe he lost a game of paper, rock, scissors and had to have Jesus over for dinner. But whatever the reason, this man just did not bear the marks of an encounter with Jesus, something we probably would all love to have. He didn't take the opportunity. He didn't take advantage of the situation, but that's not really who I want to talk about. I really want to talk about the person who crashed this party. When there was a party crasher here, and Luke only refers to her as the sinful woman. But this woman evidently had heard that there was a dinner party that Jesus would be attending. And despite her reputation, despite her social standings, despite her sinful lifestyle, she had to get to Jesus because she knew he was the only one who could help. This woman did everything that the host did not. She anointed him with oil, and this oil was a staple of her profession. It was almost like she was saying with her actions that her old way of life is gone because now she has Jesus. She washed Jesus' feet with her tears. She kissed him, and since she didn't even want to ask for a towel to dry his feet, she let down her hair and dried his feet. She didn't care that all this was not socially acceptable. She only cared about Jesus because Jesus was her only hope. Now, the people were very, very upset, but listen to what Jesus said. Then he turned to the woman and said, "Do you see this woman? I came into your house and you did not give me water for my feet, but she wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You did not give me a kiss, but this woman from the time I entered have not stopped kissing my feet. You did not put oil on my head, but she has poured out perfume on my feet. Therefore, I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven her, and her great love has shown. But whoever has been forgiven little loves little." Then Jesus said to her, "Your sins are forgiven." Forgiveness was what this woman so desperately needed and desperately craved, and the same goes for us. Forgiveness is something, whether we know it or not, we desperately need. You have nothing you can offer God, but neither did this woman. But he's your only hope, because he has something to offer you that only he has the power and authority to offer you, and that is forgiveness from your sins. She left that party with the marks of a big encounter. So my question is, have you ever had this encounter as well? Do you bear the marks? If not, today can be the day. Run to Jesus.